you can see, recycling has been around since 1904. That is when the first aluminum can recycling plant opened in Chicago and Cleveland. And during the World War I, there was a shortage of materials, so they had a campaign that said, "Don't waste, save it." And that went for from food to metal to plastic to glass to everything. They wanted you to reuse everything. Then we jumped to 1937, and that's when the first real landfill came in, and that was done in Fresno, California. And it was just considered the first modern sanitary landfill, not like the landfills that weren't legal. This was the first legal one that they know of. So then we go to a Life magazine. They did an article on throwaway living, and it's just telling about how people are starting to become more wasteful during the modern living. So in 1964, that's when we had the all aluminum can. This was when cans were all aluminum that they made. And in 1965, that's when we came up with the reduce, recycle, and reuse Symblem. And it's just like the Symblem that we have today. It's the three arrows that go around. On April 22nd, 1970, that is when Earth Day was founded, and it began. It just became a national day that everyone realized that we needed to take care of our Earth in order to be able to live here and to have the resources that we need. And this is just one of the symbols, the logos that they used on that day. So in 1971, we get the first glass bottles for Coca-Cola, and of course, beer becomes out then. In 1973, though, that's when curbside recycling begins. The first recycling on curbside was done in California. So then, 7 years later, we get curbside recycling in multiple states around the world. So then we come over to the 1990s. 1990, McDonald's had styrofoam everything. Everything that they put, their burgers, their pancakes, everything went into a styrofoam container. So, in order to symbolize the 20th anniversary for Earth Day, they stopped using those containers. And then we have the paper that we use today. In 1990, the number of people recycling curbside increases to nearly 5,000 people. So we've came a little bit, but not as far as we have today. In 1990, Coca-Cola also announces and releases their recycled bottle. And finally, in 2006, recycling really booms and it starts taking off that everyone wants to start recycling. 2006, also Dell released a e-waste program for the electronics. Since electronics and computers and everything starts to become popular, we don't know what to do with those, so they have a recycling center for those electronics for any electronic that you have. And as you can see, as the years go on, it gets more technical. The recycling is also growing. So recycling is becoming a big thing, but we also need to remember that we also have the landfills for those things that can't be recycled.